Hello everyone, welcome to the RR Base Camp. We've got lovely guests today. To my left is Yuzvendra Chahal and to the far left is Karun Nair. Today, I'm sure all of you and even us would have had great experiences in life. Life stories which have given us a lot of challenges through which we have learned and also come out on the other side of it. I'm sure all of you also would have had such experiences. Today we are here to share that, and out of that sharing, we would have obviously also learned some great valuable life lessons through which we felt हमने संभाल लिया, and I'm sure all of you will feel that at the end of it. So today I'll start with, I know Karun's story. It's quite an interesting story. It's related to water. So the hollow man is here. Let's go for it, Karun.
This story dates back to 2016 when I just made my one-day debut for India. We'd gone to Zimbabwe and come back, and my mother had made this promise to God that, once my son plays for India, we will go to this certain temple and do a ritual where we have to cross the river to this temple in a boat and do the ritual. Then I'm sitting on the boat with 60-70 people on that snake boat that you find in Kerala, and I was just hoping that no life jacket, nothing. They said nothing is going to happen. So okay, then we went, just about to reach the temple. We took the turn and the boat capsizes. I'm sitting in the middle of the boat like this. I'm thinking, as soon as it's going to one side, I'm also going to one side. I'm pulling myself back to the side, but I'm like, no, not me. And it happens, and in that panic situation, I don't know, luckily, I would say, looking back, I didn't go down into water fully. I just somehow held on to the boat. So we had to stand on top of the boat after a point because I was holding on to it for a certain time, and then it went fully ulta on us, and then they said just stand on the boat, and the water was almost there. I said my prayers, just done. I'm done. I don't think I'll make it out of here. We had a rescue boat come, and then one of the priests on the boat said to me that we have to put the boat straight and we have to continue the ritual. I said, please, thank you, I'll do. Itna to sambhal liya, but after this I don't think I can. So I learned a lot about being in that situation, and how sudden and fickle life can be. Anything can happen in a matter of seconds. So after that I started even expressing my emotions to a lot of people. So that's about it, and I'd like to hear your story now.
Mine.
Yuzi is quite an inspiration anyway.
Me? मेरा जो स्टोरी आई थिंक कुछ लोगों को पता है, पर मैंने कभी बताया नहीं.
आज से सबको पता
लगा. कभी ये चीज़ मैंने कभी शेयर नहीं की. 2013 की बात है, तब मैं मुंबई इंडियंस में था, तो हमारा बेंगलोर में ही मैच था, तो गेट टुगेदर था उसके बाद काफ़ी. तो एक प्लेयर थे जो काफ़ी ड्रंक थे, मैं नाम नहीं लूँगा. मतलब ही इज़ लाइक आउट ऑफ, तो ही जस्ट कॉल्ड मी कि यूजी इधर आ मिल. वो काफ़ी टाइम से मुझे देख रहे थे, तो ही जस्ट होल्ड मी लाइक मेरे को बाहर ले गए और बालकनी से लटका दिया. एंड मेरे हाथ उनके ऐसे थे, अगर वो हाथ छूट जाता और आई वाज ऑन 15th फ्लोर, तो सडनली वहाँ पे जो काफ़ी लोग थे दे केम एंड उन्होंने आगे वो चीज़ें संभाल ली वहाँ पे. और फिर आई वाज फेंट सा हो गया था मैं, मतलब मुझे पानी पिलाया गया. मतलब देन आई रियलाइज़ कि मतलब कितना रिस्पॉन्सिबल होना चाहिए अगर आप कहीं जाते भी हैं. तो आई थिंक ये एक पार्ट था जो मेरे को लगा कि हाँ, जाते जाते मैं वापस आ गया. तो अगर वहाँ थोड़ा भी गलती हो जाती तो मैं गिर जाता. तो बस
Okay, so my story. I mean, there have been quite a few. I mean, every part of your life has very interesting stuff going on. For me, my days as an engineering student was very, very challenging. So in my family always it was like you need to study first and then try and become a cricketer, and if it happens, it happens. Otherwise, it's a jackpot. But you can definitely feed yourself if you become an engineer. I went in and we had Ranji Trophy. I had broken into the Ranji Trophy team. Would hardly go to college. Would be at the ground all the time. For theory exams, I would study for 30 days, 40 days on the trot, clear my exams. It's quite easier. So you go to the lab examination, and I'm like, we've got this whole we have to do programming, right? We have to do programming and you have to show the output, and generally the external examiner comes and sees. So this fine examination, it was in the 4th semester. I was like, I ran the code to like 1034 errors or something, and I just panicked because if they deducted even 0.1 mark for every error, I would be 0. So I was like, I didn't know what to do sitting either side. There was this friend of mine, his name was John. So he said, do one thing, just run the first 2 lines of the code. So after that, you print a statement and then leave the rest so that the examiner will see and you'll be fine, you can come with us. So I just ran the first top half of the code, called the examiner full and all that. I said, look boss, I ran the code. It's running, the program is running, the black screen came off. So it was like, the examiner obviously looked like he was very intellectual and all that. I said, Acha, okay. He just went through the entire code, went right to the top and he said, Ye kya hai? What is this printf statement that you have given here that is running the code? Sir. He took me straight to the principal and the HOD. So I was sitting there from morning to evening. They pulled my hall ticket. They said, I'll not give you the hall ticket. You can't write examinations further. And I was just sitting there. They called my parents. Everybody came over and said, sir, basically this is what it is. And yes, I did do it. I committed to the mistake and I want, because obviously for me, just to get over the examination was a thing. I took a shortcut, but I will not take a shortcut. They said, that's okay. We will award you for whatever marks. They just passed me in that examination because I had given the code. So मुझे लगा चलो ये संभाल लिया और hall ticket भी लिया, and eventually I cleared all the papers and became an engineer. So my greatest journeys have come from my engineering onto the cricket field. So yeah, that's our story, guys. हम सब संभाल लिए, कुछ सीखा भी on the journey.
So guys, जिंदगी में कुछ भी हो जाए, अगर हम कर पाए तो आप भी संभाल लेंगे.